Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of RTHD. In this episode, I want to go through the best reasons actually for buying or still purchasing the DJI Mavic Air versus all the other drones that DJI has came out with so far. So stay tuned. Hey guys, okay, so this video was kind of inspired by the fact that I actually damaged my remote control for the Mavic Air, as you can see here, and have been making some other videos as well too on how to deal with not having a remote control by using things like the Wi-Fi and so forth. But with that being said, let's get into the first reason, which applies exactly to what I said, which is even if you break the remote control, there's always a backup, and that backup is to actually use your phone, which you can actually tether to the Wi-Fi on this Mavic Air so that you can actually fly without your remote control. That's number one. Let's head over to the second one, which is point number two. Okay, so reason number two is that in fact, even if you lose your remote control and even if you don't even have your phone, the DJI Mavic Air can actually be controlled by hand gestures. So with that being said, I mean, you could lose your phone, you could lose the remote. As long as you have the DJI Mavic Air, you can actually control it with the hand gestures that you can actually find on DJI's video section, or you could even Google that up and you'll see that you can actually control it like the force is with you with the Mavic Air. And it works really, really good. It responds really, really well. It detects you pretty good. Just make sure to use it in daylight settings and you should be fine. Let's head over to reason number three. Okay, so reason number three is this. Ever not put in the SD card? Well, if you forgot to put your SD card into the DJI Mavic Air, you drive like an hour away to whichever event or wherever you want to record, and then you realize, oh my God, I forgot the SD card, which means I can't record any video. Well, I have to tell you, you need the Mavic Air, because with the Mavic Air, you actually have internal memory, 8 gigs in fact, and I believe you could record 4K on that 8 gigs. So the good news is that even if you forgot, unfortunately, your SD card, it won't stop you from recording that event. But just remember, you'll only have 8 gigs to record if you're going to go record at 4K. For me though, 1080p is fine, so I have enough time on that 8 gig, enough time for at least one flight, maybe even 2 on that 8 gig. Stay tuned for reason number 4. Okay, so reason number 4 is a little bit sketchy in one sense, and in that sense, I'll get to the point, which is that the DJI Mavic Air has a 4K stabilized gimbal, which is good, the gimbal itself, but also the camera, the 4K video is actually recorded at 100 megabits per second compared to its rivals or to its older versions and older drones that go at 60 and 30 megabits per second. What does that mean for you? Well, in theory, it means less compression artifacts that will appear on your video, as well as it should even have a little bit more detail. So with that being said, let's get over to reason number 5. All right, so reason number 5, I think is pretty obvious, but I'll still mention it anyways. Reason number 5 is the size of this guy. This guy is about the size, if you look at my phone, it's about the size of my S6 phone, especially if it's folded up. And that is pretty small compared to most of the other drones that are out there. There are other drones from DJI, but they are usually larger. And so that is sort of a challenge if you want to travel, if you want to go, just be able to walk around with this thing, in a small package. If you're flying out and, going away, this is probably going to be the easier option for you to get. All right, so stay tuned for reason number 6. Alright guys, so reason number 6 is this. The good news about the DJI Mavic Air is that it has both front and back sensors as well as bottom sensors. So when you're flying, you have assisted flight if you decide to put on the assisted flight, but you have some level of protection front, back and underneath from obstacles. With that being said, it's best to use this when in daylight. You can't really use it in the night. It does not work the way you would expect it, because obviously once the sensors can't see or once the cameras can't see, it's very difficult to do it. But with that being said, it works really well. I have even tried it near to thick branches and it does do the job. So with that being said, let's get over to reason number 7. Alright guys, so reason number 7 is one that I haven't heard anyone talk about, and it is the actual propulsion the blades. For most of you who fly DJI Phantoms, the Mavic Airs, the Mavic Pros, etc., you will know that these blades produce a certain amount of air pressure underneath, and sometimes to land the drone can be a little bit tricky on the larger drones, because the larger drones generate more propulsion and more air to the bottom of the near to the ground and so forth. So the nearer you are, the nearer the drone is to the ground, is a little bit more unstable it becomes while landing, also sometimes while taking off, but mostly while landing or while flying near to the ground. You're going to experience some turbulence because of that those forces. Of course, those forces are theoretically natural in the sense that obviously the propellers have to do its work of generating that propulsion for it to move up or down, etc., to keep it in the air. But the cool thing about the Mavic Air is it seems because the blades are small and they just simply do what they have to do, the propulsion is not so much, and so it doesn't really wobble too much when it gets nearer to the ground. It will a little bit, but not as much as the other drones. So with that being said, guys, these are just some of what I believe are the better things that the Mavic Air has that most of them don't have, and why you should probably purchase the Mavic Air, if anything. With that being said, guys, they are not there. I'm not saying that the other drones aren't good. They have their own reasons for being really good, but overall, for the price and the comparison, I think that it is a good deal, and so, you know, that's what I think about it. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again in another video as well. Please make sure to comment and ask your questions, and I will get back to you. And also, maybe if that question is really something that will take me long to do, I'll create a video as well, so it helps you and it helps others out there. Thanks again for viewing. I'll see you guys again soon on another episode of RTHD, coming to a YouTube screen near you.